Hi there, I'm Mike Gimson from Aston Martin Belfast. I'm the Senior Sales Executive here. We wanted to do a quick video for you today just to let you see the differences between the V12 and the V8 after the recent introduction of this new model to the DB11 lineup. So the V8 and the V12 are very similar cars, obviously size-wise and everything exactly the same. Some of the easier way to spot the difference though would be from the front end of the vehicle. Effectively the V8 has the black headlights with the black bezel, and the V12 has black headlights but with a chrome bezel. You've also then on the bonnets with the V12 have the 4 bonnet vents, and with the V8 you simply have the 2. One of the major benefits we now have is our technology partner Daimler-Benz. It's produced a number of benefits for us which allows us to offer safety and technology equipment which would previously have not been available with Aston Martin products, such as the Auto Park Assist, 360-degree reversing camera and new navigation system. Internally on the seats, the DB11 benefits from a variety of high quality craftsmanship, such as the contrast stitching, the brogue detailing, the perforated leather, which has now become available due to the option of ventilated seats becoming available, and Nexus quilting. On the main black panel display, you will have a variety of different features which will change the look of that display as you drive, simply by pressing buttons on the steering wheel. So firstly we have the adaptive dampening, which will switch between GT mode to Sport mode, Sport Plus, and then back to GT, each stage getting gradually more aggressive before returning to the default GT setting. The V8 and the V12 engine have two very different characters, so I wouldn't say that one is better than the other. It really just comes down to what the driver wants to do with the car and what their expectation is. The V12 is a very, very sound GT car, phenomenal car to kind of sit, cruise along with. The V12 engine's very, very refined. Obviously with bags of torque and bags of power it lifts very, very well, but because of its refinement you don't get quite the same cabin noise as you perhaps would with the V8. The car has 3-stage adaptive dampening as standard, so the GT mode would be the standard. You can then switch into a slightly firmer Sports and firmer again Sport Plus. Those names potentially bring up imagery of the car being very, very stiff. It's not the case at all. I mean, I would strongly advise customers to drive the car and see what they think themselves. But certainly on a twisty country road, the additional firmness in the suspension leads greatly to the amount of feedback you get from what the car is doing, and I think adds to the overall experience and drive of the car. By pressing the S button on the steering wheel, you can switch that into a Sport mode, which typically will make the car just a bit more aggressive, but also a Sport Plus. Now in either of those modes, everything kind of racks up a couple of notches. So again, putting your foot down in the Sport mode, and then braking hard, you hear the downshifts come through as well. So very, very quick car. Now, as well as having a very competent automatic gearbox, as always we have the manual mode, so it's simply a case of pulling back on any one of the paddles, throw us into a manual mode. And once you go into that manual mode, the car will actually stay in that until you press either the drive button on the dashboard or pull and hold the plus paddle, which then selects automatic gearbox for you again. Okay, so now we're driving the V8 and it has to be said, this car is immensely good fun. So this is a modified version of an AMG unit, so it's based on the AMG 4-litre V8. Produces the same 503 brake horsepower and the same 675 Newton meters of torque. 0 to 60 on the car, 3.8 seconds. So it's immensely close to the V12 from a performance point of view, and you're maybe wondering why, since there's quite a big difference in brake horsepower. Well, this car is 115 kilograms lighter than the V12. The one thing that doesn't tell you until you drive the car though is how much more responsive the handling is on this vehicle. So if somebody was inclined to do most motorway driving and liked something a bit more refined and quieter in the cabin, then the V12 is very much the car to go for. If somebody was of the mind where they really enjoy driving the car, they like putting into a few corners, they like the sense of picking a line and accelerating through the bend, then I would suggest the V8 is probably the car for them. So the V8 has all the exact same features of the V12, so we have our GT mode, our Sport and our Sport Plus. Again, each of those modes getting gradually more aggressive depending on the road conditions and the drive that you're looking to achieve. You might be picking up a bit more road noise or what sounds like intrusion into the cabin. Okay, so we've got this in Sport Plus mode now. So again, just going to do a couple of harder accelerations and a little bit more heavy braking. You will hear a different character coming from the exhaust under heavy braking with this. The car will do a bit more of a pop and a bang, which again some people will like and some people won't necessarily be their thing at all. There's just something very progressive about the power and the braking of the car too. So it seems that it's a little bit easier for the power on the V8 to go down, especially in the greasy conditions that we actually have here today. And again, for braking, it's a little bit easier to judge exactly how much pressure you need to slow the car down just exactly the moment that you actually want to. Either car would be a pleasure to own and drive. Of course, with running costs, you obviously have 5 years servicing with the vehicles as well, which makes a big difference. And for those of customers who are looking to hold on to the car for an extended period of time, there is the option to have a 5-year warranty with the vehicle as well, which is worth investigation. So thank you very much for watching this video between the V8 and V12 DB11. If you'd be interested in organising a demonstration in either or both models, I'll be delighted to look after you and see how we can help from there.